Welcome everyone to Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Tonight from sold-out Freedom Hall, two top 20 teams go head-to-head as number 13 Notre Dame visits 20th ranked Louisville. It has been an eventful 8 days for the Cardinals. Sunday, January 4th against Kentucky. Edgar Sosa deep three in the final seconds to give them a three-point win, 74-71. Then Saturday at Villanova, the Cardinals survived the flurry of last-second opportunities for the Wildcats and held on for a 61-60 win. Louisville 2-0 for the first time ever in Big East Conference play. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Sean McDonough, along with Jay Billis and Bill Raftery. Delighted to have you with us for the first Big Monday of the year. For Jay, year 5 of Big Mondays. For Bill, too many Big Mondays or Bud Lights to count, for that matter. Jay, there's certainly been quite a 8 days for Louisville, and Rick Pitino concerned about mental and physical fatigue.
Well, and fatigue is going to be real key in this game. Fatigue for Notre Dame as well, and Louisville's going to try to push the tempo. They want to press to try to wear down these Notre Dame guards that play so many minutes. The key is, are they going to be able to score in order to put that pressure on?
And Notre Dame's had a good week as well. Wins at home over Georgetown and Seton Hall, and Luke Herringody continues to play like perhaps the best player in the country.
Fellow, the suits are very conservative. Luke is not conservative, though. Terrific game. 40 points, the ability to get up and down the floor. I think it's key that Notre Dame's able to handle the pressure and get him some touches. He's got quick feet. He's got a clever release. He has stepped out to make shots like this. He is a load, and that's a compliment in basketball parlance.
Well, Luke Herringody, over his last 8 games, he is averaging 26 points and 14 rebounds, 2 30-point games in a row. He is a stud inside.
And Earl, the maestro, his ability to find people and mix it up, whether it's the middle game, the long game, or the post-up game, he is solid.
And the starting lineups for tonight's game. Notre Dame comes in at 12-3 overall, 3-1 in conference, the highest scoring team in the Big East. Torrey Jackson, the point guard, with 2 of the best three-point shooters in Notre Dame history, McElharty and Ayers. And a 2-man front court of Hillsland, a role player, does a little bit of everything. And Herringody having a monster junior season, the reigning Big East Player of the Year. Louisville, 11-3, 2-0 in the Big East, one of the best defensive teams in the country, holding their opponents to under 60 points per game. The backcourt of Edgar Sosa, who's played well in the last 3, and Jerry Smith. And up front, Earl Clark filling the stat sheet with Terrence Williams having a terrific senior season, and the freshman Samardo Samuels, one of the most highly touted freshmen in the country. On our telecast tonight, we will shine the spotlight brightly on Luke Herringody. He'll talk with Jay Billis about his quick release. And we'll begin a countdown of the top 30 moments of the last 30 seasons in college basketball as ESPN celebrates 30 years bringing you this great sport. And we'll preview the game that follows in our first Big Monday of this season, the Big 12 matchup between Texas and Oklahoma. A.J. Abrams and Blake Griffin among the stars on display in that one.
It's only appropriate that a great player abuse Jay again.
It doesn't take a great player to do that. That's been proven.
Jim Burr. That is not Jim Burr. Jim Burr will be our...
He should look so good.
Matter of fact, Rick Pitino thought the officiating was for the Birds Saturday against Villanova and made his displeasure quite public. Rick is in his 8th season here at Louisville, has had them in the NCAA tournament 5 of the last 6 years. And Mike Bray, the head coach at Notre Dame in his 9th season. He's been the Big East Coach of the Year each of the last 2 seasons. Jim Burr will throw the ball in the air with Carl Hess and Bob Donato, our officials. Louisville in the home white, and Samardo Samuels got the tip. Louisville attacks quickly, and Terrence Williams scores 5 seconds into the game.
And immediately Louisville able to put on some full court pressure. Notre Dame is going to have to present themselves as receivers, help the guards get the ball up the court.
A little 2-3 zone, Sean.
What kind of principles there?
With some principles.
Torrey Jackson nearly turned it over as Sosa got a hand on it. Ryan Ayers missed a 3. Earl Clark the rebound in traffic. And now Sosa, the junior. Williams swooping in the lane. Herringody the rebound.
One thing Rick Pitino said they got to ring the bell in order to get the press going. So they're going to have to make some shots tonight.
Hillsland, he was fouled on the way to the basket. Last year, Louisville got off very quickly, had a 15-point halftime lead in the game here at Freedom Hall against Notre Dame and held on to win by 5. They survived a late 3-point blizzard from the Fighting Irish. So Hillsland at the line. 3-time Big East academic all-star, as you saw in the just completed fall semester. He had a 3.9 grade point average. He's a marketing major in their Mendoza College of Business, above the Mendoza GPA line.
You may have sat next to him at Syracuse if he were a student there, just to help your GPA.
Take all the help you can get to get through the Harvard of Central New York. Hillsland, who has scuffled a bit from the free throw line, makes 2. He is shooting just 51% for the year coming in.
There's a little pressure. Notre Dame not known for it. A lot of guys like to press a pressing team.
Just to slow the advance. That was a little 1-2-2 3/4 court pressure. Now back in an odd man front zone.
Earl Clark jacks a 3. Samuels at good position inside, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Notre Dame.
And that's the one thing in those matchup zones. You must get a body on somebody.
Well, especially Samuels, one of the better offensive rebounders in the Big East, averaging about 3 per game. Herringody, one of the best, averaging over 4.
Big thing with Simmons is staying on the floor. Don't get fatigued. Foul problems an issue on occasion.
Samuels went one-on-one with Herringody and missed the little jump hook. Herringody the rebound. He's averaging a double-double plus for the year. Herringody led the Big East in scoring and rebounding last year. Just the second player ever to do that. Troy Murphy the other. So Herringody in position to do it 2 years in a row.
Well, I'm impressed with his footwork. Very light on his feet as well.
Louisville was in man after the miss. Notre Dame needs a better shot than that.
Tried to hit the long pass to Clark at the rim. He couldn't corral it. And then Jackson turned it back over. Williams one-on-one on Ryan Ayers.
What a nice job. Forcing a tough shot and then a great check out.
You know, Williams can get to the rim almost at will. But when he gets there, he's not the type of player that goes in there to dunk. I mean, with that body and athleticism, he needs to go up strong and go right into Ryan Ayers to draw that foul and also to complete the play.
And pretty good fundamentals defensively, though, as well.
Yeah, a solid defensive play. But, you know, I might be nitpicking a little bit with Williams. He's a magnificent player, but I think he can be even better.
He kept the dribble alive.
Crossing half court. The crowd wanted to travel. McElharney a miss, and it got pinballed around to Edgar Sosa. So both teams struggling offensively to start. That continues as Sosa was too strong. Clark wide open.
Making shots an issue. Hillsland's having a little trouble staying upright.
But he's falling forward to get that forward progress for a first down.
Pretty move here.
Hillsland missed the bank shot. Samuels the rebound. He's a freshman from Jamaica. Went to high school in New York City.
See, that was the first really strong finish after a strong move. You mentioned, Bill, pretty moves, and they have been pretty, but the finishes have been pretty too. They need to be harder.
Well, that was hard, but a little too harsh on the glass.
Both of these teams played Saturday, so it's the quick turnaround. Sosa lost it out of bounds. It'll get turned back over to Notre Dame.
Didn't that look like a foul to you?
Yeah, they're letting that initial bump go. And unfortunately, the turnover ensued. Got to attack this pressure, though. If you're going to do anything, it could open up some free shooters.
2-2-1 in the backcourt, going back to the 2-3. They match out of it, but that middle and short corner are both open against it.
Herringody nicely done from just inside the arc. First field goal for the Irish, and it's enough to have Rick Pitino asking for a timeout.
That's what he's improved at, stepping away and knocking the jumper down.
We're tied at 4, 16 and a half to go. Rick Pitino knows job one tonight is to defend Luke Herringody, who had his career-high 40 points in this building last February in a 5-point loss to Louisville.
Well, Herringody just wide open on the backside of this zone when the ball was in the corner, just skipped across, and the defense has to move while the ball is in the air. They can't wait for the ball to be caught and then move. You have to move as the ball moves.
Clark from the elbow, off a pass in from Smith. Earl Clark, the junior from Plainfield, New Jersey, with his first bucket.
Yeah, Herringody doesn't want to come to that foul line. That's wide open at that end, and if you step up, you'll get somebody hiding on the baseline.
Well, whether it's Clark or Williams, they are playmakers for this team. You get them the ball in the middle of the floor, and they're going to be able to turn, either make a move, or maybe find Samuels along that short corner for an easy basket.
Herringody scores over Samardo Samuels.
Great patience in the post.
Yeah, I mean, Rick Pitino was saying that's part of the problem. You try to double and you really can't because he finds good shooters who are wide open. Samardo Samuels scores over Herringody at the other end.
Well, he's so clever, Herringody, with his release. He knows how to freeze the defender.
Had some room, and he doesn't need much time. Gets rid of it very quickly. He has 6. Off and running again, Luke Herringody, who comes in having scored 20 or more in the last 8 games for Notre Dame, the longest such streak of his career.
Now, Mike Bray likes these numbers, though. They're going to rev it up, and I think it's tough for Louisville to match the numbers. They're not that good a shooting team.
Herringody's going to have to play a little further up the line in the middle of that zone because Samuels is able to jump right in front of him and get position. He's going to start locking him down in there.
Now, Luke is like you, though. He doesn't want to get in foul trouble.
Jackson stepped on the end line. Second Notre Dame turnover. We're tied at 8 at the first media timeout. When we come back, you won't want to miss this. Set the DVR. Jay Billis with Luke Herringody on his quick release.
Ouch!
Luke Herringody is one of the most instinctive players in the post in college basketball. When he catches the ball, he doesn't go through a whole rote of moves. He does it by feel. And where he's really special is I think he's the quickest from the catch to the release of any big guy in college basketball. Maybe the quickest since Antoine Jamison. And most guys, when they catch it in the post, they catch, gather, and they go up and they shoot the ball at the apex of their jump when the defense has a chance to react to it. Herringody, when he catches the ball, he catches it and releases it quickly. They call it the flipper. Why don't you give us a shot at how that works? Takes it and lets it go quickly. Why do you do that? Does it give you an advantage going against a shot blocker?
Yeah, I think it does. And after watching film and talking to the coaching staff, it's just the quicker I get into my move, the quicker I get off my shot, the more positive I am on my moves and things like that. And I have to go around guys like the Beat and Samuels in this league.
And Bill, now Luke knows how we feel since Jay let him speak for about 5% of that piece.
He looked riveted, though, didn't he? Didn't he look like he was really enjoying that?
You know what I think he was saying? I went to Notre Dame to listen to this.
Reigning Conference Player of the Year, and as we mentioned, the only one ever to lead the Big East in scoring and rebounding beside his fellow Fighting Irish player Troy Murphy. Samardo Samuels, co-preseason Rookie of the Year with a dunk, and then he has the takeaway of the sloppy pass. Smith makes it hurt.
These are the spurts that concern you. Samardo attacking the rim, get the pressure set up, turnover.
They could use that from Jerry Smith, one of the best three-point shooters in school history, but 0 for his last 8 over the last 2 games. Matter of fact, Louisville won at Villanova Saturday, despite the fact they went 3 for 25 as a team from 3.
And Jay, I just love the attacking mode of Samardo, and it gets the pressure set up.
But when they get the ball inside to Terrence Williams, he's such a good passer, draws the defense in, then kicks it out to an open shooter, Jerry Smith. This Louisville team very good at finding three-point shooters, and when they have some time and some openings, they are good shooters.
Jim Burr's gone to the monitor to make sure Smith's shot was a 3. And if it stands, it'll remain 13-8 in favor of Louisville. Well, the word the coaches in this conference use about Louisville's defense is disruptive. They're active, they're long. A guy like Williams helped set up that play by getting his hand on the ball to cause the turnover.
And Sean, in 14 games, they had 16 runs of 8 zip. And that's the danger. They can blow you right out.
Certainly looked like
a break.
before the game, one of the Notre Dame coaches says as they scout, Louisville has more of their shots from three-point range than any other team in the Big East. Notre Dame makes the most threes, more than 9 per game, but Louisville is second. They make just under 8 threes per game. McElharney long from 3. Ayers hustled to save it. And then Herringody was fouled on the arm by Smith. And that's 2 quick fouls on Jerry Smith, the junior from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Tomorrow night on ESPN, Super Tuesdays begin with a doubleheader. First at 7 Eastern, it's a Big Ten battle, Ohio State and Indiana. Then at 9, the SEC showdown between Kentucky and Tennessee. Super Tuesday tomorrow. Sosa for 3. Samuels active again inside, and finally it's controlled by Luke Zeller, the first sub off the Notre Dame bench, and a foul on Louisville to the chagrin of the packed house.
And what a nice confidence Zeller has played with this year. I think he took that open jumper and then active on the rebounding.
Torrey Jackson in there, the point guard, really fighting for that ball as well, and he goes to the offensive glass too.
5'11", huh? Something that jumped out to Rick Pitino.
Foul was on Clark, his first. The 2 substitutes are in the game now for Notre Dame, Jonathan Peoples and Luke Zeller. Notre Dame used only 7 players in their home game Saturday to beat Seton Hall. A lot of minutes run up by those 7. Herringody the miss.
Boy, he was dragged by the arm, and no call on that. Look at this inside post position.
He's getting position every time down. He's just jumping right in front of him.
They're going to have to stop it. They just got tangled up. Bobby Donato's going to talk to both players. Samuel's got to calm down, and Luke as well.
And Notre Dame has called a timeout. Samardo Samuels with great effort on the offensive glass, and Louisville's opened up a 7-point lead.
Herringody just backing down Samuels now. He gets fouled there by Edgar Sosa, but he's so strong he goes right up with it, and the officials didn't see it.
How about this tanglement, though? Some pressure, the great post up. You got to deny in there. And watch this after, though, as both of them get tangled up. Going back, that little elbow, a little welcome to Louisville.
A great second effort by Samardo Samuels. Rick Pitino has been talking with the freshman about playing stronger, going up stronger, trying to be an above-the-rim player. And he really went right into the strong Luke Herringody on that possession.
Did you see this, Sean, right in front of us? They just slapped hands, Samuels and Herringody, just to calm down a little bit. But you've got to play better post defense if you're Herringody. This kid is powerful at the rim, Samuels.
Well, that's what we were talking about before. You got to play him up the line and meet him at the free throw line when he's coming down the floor and deny him that position.
Preston Knowles in now for Louisville. He's a tenacious defender, and he's on Jackson right now.
I think Notre Dame can run their man-to-man sets against this 2-3 matchup. It's matching up. You might as well run man stuff against it.
Jonathan Peoples, Samardo Samuels came over to alter the shot. Shot clock at 2. Herringody a miss, and they call the shot clock violation. Louisville had the ball as well on the way up the floor.
Tell you what, you better go in hard in both ends of the floor. They're letting them play. It's very physical, and this should really benefit Samuels and Herringody.
Samuels fouled out in 27 minutes Saturday against Villanova. Looked to be tired down the stretch. 7-0 run right now for Louisville.
Some tough matchups for Notre Dame right now, man.
Slapped it. They're going to count it. I think he slapped the backboard. I'm not so sure he got the ball on that, Zeller.
No argument from Mike Bray on the basket interference.
Now they are just loading up in the lane, whether it's Williams or Samuels.
Touch the net.
Yeah, touch the net.
The ball in the cylinder. Got at the bucket for Terrence Williams, the senior, averaging over 11.5 points and 9 rebounds per game.
Now they didn't get a turnover, Louisville, but one of the philosophies of Pitino is taking the legs away from the guards.
Trying to wear them down over the course of a game, but Notre Dame's got to present themselves as receivers.
Brian Ayers ends the run with a 3. His first points of the ball game. He had a big game here last year at 17 points for Mike Bray.
That skip pass can be so effective.
Clark a little too strong off the glass, and Luke Zeller the rebound, and they're looking for more of that. Tough rebounding defensively from Luke Zeller.
They're really getting up on McElharney. He's going to have to use ball fakes and the dribble. Tough shot.
And Herringody.
He's got a great feel for the game. He knows where the openings are. I mean, you wouldn't teach a kid that as a post move, but he's just got a feel of the right shot to take.
And great confidence, too, which is one of the things Bray instills with all his players.
And good hands on defense by Herringody. He looks a little winded as they head the other way, and he's in a trot.
Until he gets the ball.
Yeah. He made 3 threes last year here against Louisville, and there's another awkward-looking release that goes. He has 10 already in less than half of the first half.
Would you call that a half a flipper?
That was the flipper.
I thought he was referring to you with that.
Clark from the free throw line. 4 for Earl, averaging 14 points and 9 rebounds per game.
Well, the defense has given him confidence, though, offensively. Charge at the end here. McElharney got a jump stop.
First foul on Kyle McElharney and a timeout. When we come back, the countdown, the top 30 moments of the last 30 seasons begins. And friends, tune in tonight at 9 Eastern on ESPN during the Texas-Oklahoma game that follows us. You'll see number 29. We'll reveal the number 1 play of the last 30 years on March 15th during the ACC Championship. I got to tell you, that was a nice moment and everything, but that was number 30? Who picked that? Dick?
Dick, yeah. It's got 29 more with him in it.
That was a pretty darn good dunk, though.
Oh, is that incredible?
I was in the building that night, and that did rock the house.
And Herringody now just trapped again. He's got to keep him out of the box and get some raking help from the top.
Samuels double teamed by Herringody and Ayers. And here's Torrey Jackson the other way now for Notre Dame, coming off a great effort against Seton Hall. Torrey at 18 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds.
And McElharney's got to keep active, use that pump fake when he gets it outside. Look at this fadeaway again. Is he confident, huh?
There wasn't much of an option there because Preston Knowles was all over Kyle McElharney. Great defense.
This is what cutting does for you. Clark on the money with the dive, Jay, and a great look.
That was a pretty and hard cut and a really nice look to the inside by Samardo Samuels. He can pass it. He's a willing passer. He's just got to learn how to do it. And that time he just didn't have enough pressure on him.
Earl Clark couldn't finish the three-point play, but they got the offensive rebound, and then Andre McGee just off the bench missed the 3. Reginald Delk had the offensive rebound. He's also in for Louisville, the nephew of Tony Delk, who starred for Rick Pitino at Kentucky. McElharney's miss pulled down by Clark.
McElharney struggles against Louisville. He has his whole career.
Well, they make him put it on the floor. He is not as dangerous. He's got to use screens to get the puppy set.
Preston Knowles missed the 3 at the offensive end for Louisville.
This is an active defense.
Great denial for McElharney.
Well, Knowles just doesn't let him have it.
And Samuels a hard bump as he clanged into Herringody.
He will learn that. 30 seconds of really good defense, and he just has to stay big. Look where Herringody catches it. Don't reach, stay big, make him shoot over the top.
First foul on Samuels. 5 team fouls on Louisville. Under 9 minutes to go in the first half. The Cardinals trying to go to 3-0 for the first time ever in 4 years in the Big East. Now with a 1-point lead after the second 3 of the game from the senior Ryan Ayers.
Nice inside.
That short corner is a great place to get the ball. It collapses that defense.
And you can look out and get an open 3. Not a good entry.
And Herringody impressive again on the defensive end as he flicked that pass away.
And I love the way he runs the floor and gets himself in position.
Back Checking in on Samuels. The high fading floaters and air ball that time. McGee the push. Delk, who transferred in from Mississippi State, sat out last year. Torrey Jackson the rebound. He's 1-on-2. Going to try it anyway.
He is confident. There's a toughness about that kid, isn't there?
Well, Mike Bray has said he's the toughest player mentally and physically. He's been around in his 25 years of coaching, but that was just a great hesitation move followed by a really strong move to the hole.
I think when you're one of 14 kids, you have to have a certain amount of toughness, and Torrey Jackson has it.
I think you got to impose your will at dinner, don't you?
Knowles rattles home a three for Louisville.
He and McGee come in and give a boost to this team, usually on the defensive end. Not a good gamble by Clark. He got 5 on 4 now.
McElhinney had it stuffed right back in his face by Delk. Jackson a deep three.
And that's all because of a gamble by Clark in the backcourt. You pay for those situations.
A pretty good presence of mind by McElhinney to toss that ball back out to an open Torrey Jackson.
Third three of the half for Notre Dame. They average over 9 per game. They shoot 41% from the arc. They've battled back from an early deficit, a 1-point lead for the Irish with just over 7 to go in the half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. And in part by Acura, Acura Advance, and Prescription Flomax.
An all-out flavor bliss with KFC Honey Barbecue Wings. We take our famous sauceless hot wings that are marinated in peppers and coated in seasoning, then glaze them in honey barbecue for 3 layers of flavor. Get 7 for $3.99 or grab a bucket of 20. Add a 32-ounce drink for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 44.
Today through January 17th, get a free week of the most college hoops in the nation on ESPN Full Court. Bring home the excitement with top teams: UConn, Florida, Oklahoma, and Syracuse. Plus even more great matchups with up to 30 games per week from outside your local area. A free week of ESPN Full Court continues today. Call your pay-per-view provider for local listings. Games also available on ESPN360.com.
Attention homeowners. Are you about to lose your home? Are you behind on your mortgage?
You could stay in your home with lower payments. I did. The government is not going to bail you out. Don't allow them to take your home. One phone call could make the difference.
Call Federal Loan Modification at 1-800-240-2341. Our specialists are here to help restructure your mortgage and save your home from foreclosure. Don't delay. Call right now. 1-800-240-2341.
Millions of Americans have made Hydroxycut the #1 weight loss supplement.
I'm Charlene from California, and I lost 55 pounds fast with Hydroxycut.
Subjects using the patented primary ingredients in Hydroxycut lost an average of up to 4.5 times the weight than diet and exercise alone.
I'm Skip from Arizona, and I lost 39 pounds fast.
I'm Stephanie from Wisconsin, and I lost 31 pounds so fast, and I feel beautiful.
Get Hydroxycut and new Hydroxycut drink mix packets today.
I'm Reese Davis, Sports Center right now. Tony Dungy's called it quits, retiring after 7 years as head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He won the Super Bowl in 2007, the only black coach ever to win a Super Bowl. And baseball's Hall of Fame, 2 new members, Rickey Henderson, your all-time stolen base king, and Jim Rice elected. Henderson getting in on his first try, Jim Rice is 15th. Sports Center after Texas, Oklahoma. You can stay current with ESPN News.
Hi, Reese. Thank you. Good luck to Tony Dungy, one of the all-time great guys, Hall of Fame good guy, and I'm happy for Jim Rice. I thought he has deserved it for many a year, and finally his day has come. Sosa off the inbounding play. Missed the 3, slapped around, retrieved by Williams.
Well, you can't relax with the basketball around Louisville. Protect it.
And that was Preston Knowles. He is a great defender that gives 100% on every possession.
Williams for 3. He has 7 points. He's not bashful, even though he's a 30% career three-point shooter. He's made 156 threes, 8 all-time at Louisville, and the Irish turn it over again.
That's where Louisville can really get you. They get you moving too fast, and they've got that backflow pressure. They try to back tip, knock it away, and it forces you to try to make a play on the run, which usually you don't practice.
And Mike tried to get Torrey Jackson a little bit of a blow on that particular play and paid for it.
Notre Dame averages only 9.5 turnovers per game. They've had 6 already.
Herringody fighting a little bit better.
That's where they need to get it. They'll score all night long. If you get it to Earl Clark or Terrence Williams right where it says Big East in the middle of that red lane, forget it. They will go to work either scoring or finding open people along that short corner or in the corner.
9 points now for Terrence Williams. And the lead 4 for Louisville as we approach 6 minutes left in the first half. Hillsland is back in for Notre Dame. McElharney trying to heat up, and there's a 3 for Kyle McElharney, the senior from Staten Island, New York, his first points.
And that's one of those little screens, nuisance screens, just to free him up, and maybe that opens him up now.
And you can always screen the zone. That is a smart and good play, and Ryan Ayers did a great job of freeing up McElharney.
Here's Scott, 3-point specialist off the bench with a miss. He hasn't had much playing time this year. Scott had played in only 8 of their first 14 games. He's off the bench along with the freshman Jared Swapshire.
Got to stay at home on him, and McElharney's got to be busy. They got to protect it.
Williams one-on-one, offensive, no, a carry. Looked like Jim Bird was going to call a charge, but instead he got a carry against Williams for the 5th Louisville turnover of the half.
Hillsland really struggling, not protecting the basketball. He's much better than this. He is not played up to his standard. And that really limits the bench now.
He's gone right back to the bench with Zeller back in. Zeller walked.
I'm not so sure McElharney should have given that up, Sean. Take it himself.
This week, Wednesday night hoops. 2 ACC schools battle. Kyle Singler and now number 2 Duke take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Wednesday night hoops presented by Disney Parks on ESPN 7 Eastern time.
Gerald Henderson went crazy on Saturday against Florida State at 25, and he was up in the air for most of that game.
Knowles missed a 3. Herringody the rebound. Notre Dame with a chance to take the lead after the 4th board of the ball game from Herringody.
Pressure from Louisville has really affected Notre Dame's offense.
Now this is where McElharney, they get that single double for him.
We found Zeller, who rattles one home. Notre Dame back up by 1.
Blame within yourself. McElharney didn't force it.
Williams missed the 3. Zeller in traffic, hit the deck, and got called for a walk.
He's a different player, isn't he, this year?
Well, Luke Zeller came in with high expectations. Mr. Basketball in Indiana, McDonald's All-American. Looked like they caught the Irish napping there, and Clark from close range.
Wow. Too easy. Well, they don't protect the basket here.
And Zeller has it swatted by Samuels. Knowles well short with a 3 as Jackson ran out to defend.
And Notre Dame hasn't taken advantage of those corner jumpers with runouts. They can get some easy baskets.
And Notre Dame has been turning the ball over. They've had some shots sent back at them, and they're just 1 point down.
McElharney, Herringody decided to get closer. He thought he was fouled by Samuels, who might have deflected the shot. Williams collides with Zeller. Blocked the call, and they're going to count the basket.
Now the ability to go the other way after a block shot. Louisville sets up the press. Unfortunately, a timeout.
Pat, how many years have you been coaching now?
33.
No kidding.
All in Tennessee.
Wow.
I guess you could say you started off as a volunteer.
8 national championships. I mean, that is unbelievable.
Well, I've been very lucky.
I mean, you've reached the summit of the coaching profession. Summit.
Yeah, I guess you could say I got this coaching thing down pat.
Sorry.
It transfers power to the rear outside wheel on turns, literally pushing the car through corners. Control is power. The all-new TL with super handling all-wheel drive. The most powerful Acura ever built.
Visit shopacura.com for exceptional offers on the all-new TL.
So here we are in the fourth quarter. No time left, and the touchdown is under review.
Hey, guys, what do you think?
We're not ready to go yet. Is there any way you can send this thing into overtime?
No problem.
I don't know what he was looking at, but we're going into overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings, you have to be here.
This could finally end it. Oh, my.
Disciplined investing. It isn't about star fund managers. At Zero Price, it's about experienced investment teams that stay the course. It's the same way we've managed investments for over 70 years. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Hi, I'm Reese Davis. Coming up on the UPS Halftime Report, we'll show you the best from the week that was and also games of impact coming up this week. We'll also hear from Tony Dungy as he retires as head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Digger Phelps is with me. We'll have a feature that Billis is sure to enjoy called Digger's Highlighter. It's not what you think. It's actually something useful.
Well, Reese, we're all about matching our pens to our clothes. I mean, it took me forever to pick out this pen that matched my my suit, and I know Digger spends a lot of time, instead of preparing for the games, messing with his pen.
Well, you never deal harshly with an artist. There's a reason that he thinks differently than the rest of us.
I did not know he's an artist.
Yeah, well, just because nobody knows what you're talking about and doesn't understand you doesn't mean you're an artist.
Well, I was asked back to his home to look at his etchings.
Oh.
And let me tell you, that's the last time that'll happen.
Williams, the free throw to cap the three-point play. Louisville brings the pressure. And Notre Dame handles it well.
Excuse me, Sean. Jamie made the mention off air. They're playing too fast over there.
McElharney, a deep three. Rick Pitino was asked about McElharney. He said, we need to guard him when he gets off the bus. We're going to pick him up as soon as he comes off the steps of the bus. He has incredibly deep range, as he demonstrated there. He has 6. It's a one-point game.
That time, Notre Dame took their time. The nice diagonal pass against the pressure. And there wasn't a rush to move it up court.
Williams spins, missed a finger roll, his version of a flipper. McGee, boy, their three-point shooting has been miserable the last couple of ball games. Out of bounds to Louisville.
Notre Dame's got to get more people helping on the glass. There are too many second efforts right now.
Now, Louisville may not be a great shooting team, but they can improve their shooting with the shot selection. Like, that just wasn't a very good shot.
Whoa! Clark to the bucket.
Oh! Hey, Clark bar! I think they listened to Jay on shot selection. That was a pretty good one.
Zeller from the elbow, a miss. Williams with the crowd fully engaged. Blocked by Ayers, plucked out of the air by Zeller.
Really good defensive response by ND.
2 minutes to go in the half. Louisville by 3. Jackson guarded by Sosa. It's Jackson, McElharney, Ayers, Zeller, and Herringody. Herringody hasn't been as involved lately in the offensive end, but he tipped the miss back up and in. 14 for Herringody.
See, somebody needs to call a timeout now. Not strategically. I want to see that replay. Earl Clark dunking on the whole building. That was unbelievable.
It was incredible. Utterly, that kid can do so many things.
Another 3 for Williams. He's had 15 in the half.
Boy, when he's knocking shots down, he does absolutely everything. Can pass it, great defender.
McElharney shed the first defender with the fake. Got free for an open look, and he has 9 on 3 threes.
And that was all Zeller making a cut out to the wing. They got out of sorts in their matchup, and that little pump fake, he gets people a bite.
Well, that's why you don't want to leave McElharney, and certainly don't want to leave your feet on him.
If you could leave your feet, as you've made the point several times.
Now that's a good shot. Didn't make it, but it was a good shot.
They get the loose balls. That's what makes them so good.
Well, they're getting a lot of the long rebounds off the three-point misses. McElharney, sloppy reach-in foul. Second foul on Kyle McElharney.
How about that one? May I? Oh, that is just incredible. Like coming back at you, too. Send it in. Ooh. Raising the bar by Clark.
Well, Stackhouse's play was number 30. Was that 30A?
That's 29.
How about
somebody's got to
back?
get bumped out of there.
I can't get over going left and then coming back right at the crew cut.
Shot clock is off. Louisville will hold for the last shot of the half.
Sosa likes to just freeze and shoot it if they don't give him that high five screen.
Get it to Clark in the middle.
Rick Pitino held up 5 fingers when Sosa looked at him. Sosa used the Clark screen, hits the runner. And a long court heave by Jackson will not be into the bucket. Herringody was terrific, but Williams was a little bit better. And at the half, Louisville leads 41-38. Let's send you back to the studio now and join Reese and Digger for the UPS halftime report. And welcome back to Big Monday presented by Bud Light. First Big Monday of the season and a good one here at Freedom Hall. A sellout crowd on hand. At the break, Louisville with a 3-point lead over Notre Dame. The big edge was inside in the first half for Louisville. They had 24 points in the paint. Points in the paint were 24-6. And Notre Dame, which averages just over 9 turnovers per game, had 9 in the first half.
It was the full court pressure of Louisville, and Louisville was efficient in scoring the ball. Louisville shot 52% on 2-point shots. The only ones they missed were threes, and Samardo Samuel's getting the ball inside. I thought Terrence Williams was magnificent in the first half. Not just good, Bill, but magnificent.
And how about this one? A little tattoo in your forehead. That is extraordinary. I thought he was going to throw a little lefty hook. The complete finish. Now, what would that suggest to you, Coach? Would you stop shooting threes if you were Louisville?
I would be a little bit more judicious about shooting threes and make sure I get the ball into the middle of the floor and let my playmakers, especially Terrence Williams, touch it and make a play.
Second half underway. Notre Dame's ball. And it opens with a 3 out of the corner for Kyle McElharney. 12 points on 4 threes for McElharney. Notre Dame shooting beautifully from beyond the arc. Now 7 out of 10. The reason they're even with Louisville.
I would think, oh, nice little pad. Got to squeeze it. Oh.
He was thinking about his next move. He's been thinking about going up strong, and he just made a mistake and not caught it.
Look at this footwork.
Herringody, strong hands after Williams tried to rip it away. Good start to the half for Notre Dame. 16 points for Herringody. This is the largest lead of the game for Notre Dame. Their biggest lead in the first half was 1. Louisville led by 9.
And Herringody, not any fouls. He's going to become tougher. And they're going to say on the back, Hillsland.
No, I think they got Godey up front.
Do you?
Yeah, Godey brought those arms down, but pretty good patience in the post here. Nice up fake and sticks with it. That's one thing that he does really well, is sticks with it.
Herringody called for the foul. His first. That got a mock cheer from the crowd. The officials certainly let them play in the first half. A total of 9 fouls called in the half. Samuels missed the first free throw.
And if you've seen enough of Pitino, making the free throw is important because you set up the pressure.
I'll tell you, Samardo Samuels, you miss that. He's going to be a good player. Rick Pitino wants him to start playing above the rim. He thinks he can be a little bit like Elton Brand. He doesn't run the floor nearly as well as Brand did. but he's got a lot of the same qualities.
Do me a favor, when you get him at a skills camp, don't teach him free throw shooting. I want to see him improve.
He's over 71% for the year, though you wouldn't have known it by looking at that second release a moment ago. Herringody sticking with it. Herringody scores for Notre Dame.
And aptly put, Sean. That's that kid's game. Just stick-to-itiveness.
Boy, a veteran response in this second half by Notre Dame. They came out like a bunch of older players.
Herringody is 18, 2 away from his 9th straight game with 20 or more.
Duke, Georgia Tech, and Lakers Spurs, Wednesday on ESPN.
Susan first came to us with a problem booking vacations. She'd be one click away when her fear that the price would drop left her paralyzed. So we started her treatment with Orbit's price assurance to create a safe booking environment. Ah, the joy on Susan's face when she booked that trip. This is important stuff we're doing.
Orbit's price assurance. If another customer books the same flight for less, we'll automatically send you the difference in cash.
That's one latte.
Keep the change.
Whoa. You can use that change to get double the beef for only 89 cents.
Double the beef. You really just pushed a button.
Change the way you see change. Taco Bell's cheesy double beef burrito. A double portion of seasoned ground beef smothered in melty nacho cheese sauce. It's double the beef for only 89 cents.
Can I get some change, please?
Why pay more?
It's gonna be a late one, people.
What a bummer, dude. Now you won't be able to watch me on DirecTV tonight.
Relax, Red. I can easily set my home DVR to record you right from here. Done.
Wow.
You know, you're a little scary up close.
With DirecTV, you can easily set your home DVR from any cell phone or computer. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
And welcome back to the first big Monday of the year. Tomorrow night it is the first Super Tuesday presented by KFC. A doubleheader, 7 Eastern time, the Big Ten battle, Ohio State and Indiana. And then at 9 Eastern in the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats take on Tennessee. Super Tuesday presented by KFC on ESPN. Hard to believe with Tennessee dropping out of the top 25 this week. There are no SEC teams in the top 25 in the history of the USA Today ESPN poll, which goes back to 1997-98, first time that's ever happened.
Well, it's stunning. I mean, at one, it's stunning that Arkansas didn't get in the poll after they had beaten both Texas and Oklahoma, but that is stunning that there are no teams in the SEC win.
That is not stunning because that's his game. He doesn't put it on the deck extremely well. Smith able to convert from deep.
5th three-pointer of the game for Louisville. And 2 minutes into the second half, it's a 1-point lead for Notre Dame. McElharney from downtown.
That little screen, I think the defense had no idea he would jack it up. You've got to be alert against this kid.
Well, who would think that?
No, I don't.
You just don't see that.
Louisville led by 3 at the half. They haven't lost this year when leading at the break. They're 11-0. Clark a miss, but it got kept alive by Terrence Jennings, who's in off the bench. And Smith starting to feel it now for 3.
And that's the one guy that can ring the bell. I would hug him. Don't leave him.
They handle the pressure. Do the Irish, and it's Herringody. That's 9 straight games now with 20 points or more for Herringody. First Notre Dame player to do that since Adrian Dantley back in 1975-76. Williams a miss, and Hillsland the rebound.
And Sean, Hillsland on that last pass, that's what he's going to do. Handle the break. Give him a third ball handler against this pressure.
Jackson did a great job keeping his dribble.
And his shot blocked out of bounds. Jennings has been more of a factor in recent days, although he hasn't played much tonight. Rick Pitino used 11 players in the first half, while 3 Notre Dame players played the entire first 20 minutes.
Ooh,
what a play.
Oh.
Williams on the receiving end, and he earned it.
Just great old-fashioned basketball at the end, that 2-on-1 after a magnificent interception by Williams.
An athletic play defensively and offensively.
Shot clock at 5. Torrey Jackson cannot quiet the crowd. Herringody hit the deck. And Louisville has a 5-on-4 for the moment. Earl Clark for 3. And Herringody got back into the play to get the rebound.
He does work. I mean, that's pretty good effort by the big fella.
Ryan Ayers, a quick 3. Very smooth for Ryan Ayers. His third 3 of the ball game.
And Hillsland once again provides the screen to free the terrific shooter from deep.
Well, some guys just like shooting in certain buildings. Andre McGee, the response. You have to think this is one of Ryan Ayers' favorite buildings to shoot in. 5 out of 6 from three-point range here last year. 3 out of 4 tonight.
Hey, Sean and Jay, I'm amazed how Louisville recovers when they press, because I thought Notre Dame would get some open looks against the pressure.
McElharney, nice pass inside. Hillsland fouled and a chance for 3.
They need him. He's very important for this basketball team. So many things he can do to contribute. And speaking of contributions, a guy that can fill that paper up. How about that effort? A little old-time religion here. Give it back. Woo! Send it in.
On January 23rd,
I read aloud and he appeared.
You can journey to a world where fantasy becomes reality and adventure lives on every page. Inkheart, rated PG.
Welcome aboard Flight 1120.
There are 6 exits on this plane.
2 exits on each side. And 2 window exits over the wing.
To fasten your seatbelt.
Transfer the flat metal tab until the buckle until it locks securely.
To tighten.
Pull the strap.
A water evacuation. Unlikely.
But just in case your seat cushion
May also be used as a flotation
Device.
It's our pleasure to have you aboard.
from all of us.
Thank you.
For flying.
Business travel without the travel. That's the human network effect. Cisco Telepresence. Welcome to the Human Network.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. After having a long discussion with friends and family, I've decided to follow my first love.
Get a free dessert to celebrate Papa John's 25th anniversary. Get the 25th anniversary sweet deal and receive an order of chocolate pastry delights free with the purchase of a large one-topping pizza for only $11.99.
25 years of better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
At T. Rowe Price, successful investing is about balancing risk and reward intelligently. It's the same way we've managed investments for over 70 years. Finding the right opportunity. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
He's sweet. I didn't know it was your sister. If I did, then I wouldn't have had sex with her.
He's sexy. And he's supportive.
Hello? Yeah, I can talk.
Dane Cook, Kate Hudson, Jason Biggs, and Alec Baldwin. My Best Friend's Girl. Own it on unrated Blu-ray and DVD January 13th.
Sean McDonough, Jay Billis, Bill Raftery. Welcome back to the first big Monday of the season, and we're happy you're with us tonight because, quite frankly, we're embarrassed with the lineup we're going to roll out for the rest of these big Mondays. How about those matchups?
Unbelievable. Every team but one, just right now, ranked.
And West Virginia was ranked last week. They just fell out of the top 25 this week after losing to Marquette, which is no disgrace. Marquette is a perfect 4-0 in Big East play right now. We'll see them in 2 weeks at Notre Dame.
They're sneaking around. Not too many people talking about them. And Marquette, great backcourt. Azar Hayward, absolutely extraordinary performer as well.
Hillsland couldn't finish the three-point play. Notre Dame by 3. 15 minutes to go here at sold-out Freedom Hall. More than 19,000 on hand. Every game of the Rick Pitino era has been sold out here.
Right now, that straight-up man. Herringody doing a better job. They're going to get the hold on him, though. Number 2.
Yes, indeed. They're trying to feed Samuel. Second foul on Herringody. Wednesday night, Two ACC schools battle on Wednesday Night Hoops presented by Disney Parks. Kyle Singler and second-ranked Duke taking on Georgia Tech. Of course, the stunning development in the ACC is that North Carolina is now 0-2 in conference with their loss in a great game against Wake last night.
That will not last forever, but boy, what a terrific game by Wake.
One of only 3 remaining undefeated teams in the country is Wake. Jerry Smith has a 3 pop out. Earl Clark kept it alive for Williams. Andre McGee for 3.
Wow. Hustling and scraping. That's what they're best at.
Well, Jim Burr almost got in the way of the cross-court pass. The Notre Dame team got it over with about a second to go. Peoples out of control, lost the ball.
You were talking about being uptick, too much speed, and that's a case in point. That's what that press does, Jay.
Well, that's what they want to do, is get you moving at a speed that you don't practice. And Peoples does not practice bringing the ball up at that level of speed and turned it over as a result. I'll tell you what, Terrence Williams is playing great, and he is by far the best passer on this team. He made 2 passes worthy of an assist on that last possession.
Nice help out there by Ayers. They just don't cover. Beautiful basketball from the top from Clark.
No pressure on him up top, so he's able to make that pass.
And plenty of pressure in the backcourt brought by Louisville, and McGee's going to get called for a little bump.
A lot of work goes into that high-low situation, and Samuel sets his man up beautifully, and then the dump down. That's just good basketball. Ayers had left to cover the corner, couldn't recover.
Well, what it is a recognition that your post guy is always open. If he's defended a certain way with the ball in the wing, pass it to the top of the key, and he can hold that seal, and you can throw it into him that way.
Colin McGee was his first. He's guarding Jackson. Only 2 team fouls on each team here in the second half. The officials continue to let them play.
Good job by Jerry Smith. Right up on McElharney, and the crowd recognizes him.
Well, they had run a set play to get him free.
And now some contact in the low block. Samuels and Herringody renewing their acquaintance. And the foul is on Samardo Samuels, his 3rd.
And that McElharney was either coming up top that America's play or going the other way, and great coverage.
Just a really nice job by Jerry Smith to lock and trail. And he was there on the catch. He had a sense of urgency, and that's what you need as a defender.
Herringody, a long 2. Jim Burr and Bob Donato looked at each other, agreed it was a 2-pointer. 22 now for Herringody.
And he's 2 for 6 from 3, so he can bring Jennings away from the rim.
The middle is open.
And now they're into a little matchup.
Clark in the middle is where they want to go.
Jennings inside scores. Louisville by 2 on the first bucket for Terrence Jennings, the freshman from Sacramento.
Well, if you're not going to cover the baseline guy, you better not let the ball come to the high post.
Herringody wants more. He's fouled. Second foul on Earl Clark.
Louisville's attack of the zone. You get it into the middle. Herringody's got to come up, and you can see there's too much space to cover for Ryan Ayers. And Jennings able to lock down and get an easy basket. A terrific pass by Earl Clark was an outstanding pass.
Notre Dame struggled to get it in. For the pressure tenacious, you wonder about fatigue for this Notre Dame team. It's not deep. Jackson, tough runner, very well defended, plucked out of the air by Jennings.
That's that defense up and at you, and he's screening pop. They've covered and ragging the dribbler.
Williams, great move and the finger roll, and he has 19 points.
He has been the best player on the floor. He's doing it in every way you can on a basketball court.
19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists for Terrence Williams. And a couple of steals.
Great decision maker. Knows what shot to take, when to give it up. How about this footwork, Jay?
Just a great little step through. Ayers over pursued, and he used it against him. That was outstanding by Terrence Williams.
Tomorrow night, Super Tuesday, a doubleheader, 7 Eastern, the Big Ten matchup, Ohio State and Indiana. And then at 9, the SEC showdown, Kentucky and Tennessee. Super Tuesday presented by KFC on ESPN. So Terrence Williams has had an up-and-down career here. He certainly, as you guys have pointed out, can contribute in so many areas. But he had the tendency to have his mood go up and down. And Rick Pitino said, I want you to act like a guy who's been offered a TV ad, you know, like a sneaker ad, but they want you because you have that bubbly, likable personality all the time.
Was he talking to Williams or you?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you imagine that too?
And Terrence Williams, from all reports, has been a consistently cheerful, upbeat. That message resonated with him.
And they've been rotating defenders on McElharney in a beautiful fashion.
Oh, nice.
And Zeller cannot quiet the crowd. Here comes McGee. Louisville with the ball, a 4-point lead. Preston Knowles. Terrence Williams for 3. Season high 22 for Williams. He had 21 against UAB.
How can you get up in this league? Saturday you had Villanova. I mean, they just keep coming at you. This is an outstanding performance.
Jennings swatted Herringoti's hook. Zeller the miss. Jennings way up to pull it down. Louisville on the run. Knowles to bring down the house. Rebound Jackson.
Big trip, I think, here for the Notre Dame, for the Irish.
And they go to the right place. Herringotti blocked by Jennings. And then he might have hit Zeller with an inadvertent elbow. McGee powered into the lane. Herringotti the rebound.
Last 2 trips, I think they've been a little quick, Louisville. Trying to put them away quickly.
And McElharney had Knowles on his hip, and Knowles got called for his first foul on the team's 5th.
Terrence Williams has been the best player on the floor most of the night tonight, and he is feeling it from 3.
I am so sorry. Don't worry, it happens. What do you got there? Heated steering wheel?
No.
Yeah. Is that a manicure?
Would you rather have a Dodge Ram with a heated steering wheel or a Silverado with an EPA estimated 21 highway? Unbeatable fuel economy, unbeatable value. Chevy Silverado, America's best truck.
Today through January 17th, get a free week of the most college hoops in the nation on ESPN Full Court. Bring home the excitement with top teams, UConn, Florida, Oklahoma, and Syracuse. Plus even more great matchups with up to 30 games per week from outside your local area. A free week of ESPN Full Court continues today. Call your pay-per-view provider for local listings. Games also available on ESPN360.com.
Sick of traveling for meetings? Tired of paying through the nose for gas and airfare? Fed up with never getting enough work done? Then do more and travel less with GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting is the award-winning online service that lets you hold meetings with people in multiple locations, right from your computer. All you need is an internet connection and a phone. Just log on to GoToMeeting.com and start your conference call. Attendees join online and see everything that's on your computer screen. Give presentations, product demos, training sessions, and more. Hold as many meetings as you want for one low flat rate. Do more and travel less with GoToMeeting. Try GoToMeeting right now free. Visit GoToMeeting.com and use promo code SPORTS.
Presentation of college basketball on ESPN is available in sparkling clear high definition. And no matter the picture, Terrence Williams looks good tonight.
He has been sparkling from every angle in transition, and defensively he's been terrific. He's made some athletic plays. He's played under control, and that's just a beautiful step-through move.
He's a great all-around player. I mean, there's not one thing he does in a super fashion, but the combination is extraordinary.
Well, he's a playmaking forward. You can see, I mean, that is just filling up a stat sheet.
The only player in the country who averages at least 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. McElharney, the floater. Nice shot for McElharney, the rare 2. He is 17.
And a great little call out of the timeout. Get the two best players involved on the side, and that hesitation delivery.
Notre Dame and man-to-man. You just have to stay in front. Make Louisville shoot over and limit them to 1 shot.
Midway through the second half, a 5-point lead for Louisville. Jennings, too strong. Rebound Ayers.
Jennings has a terrific body and really gets up off the floor efficiently and quickly.
McElharney played the full 40 minutes each of their last 3 games. He played all 20 in the first half. Crowd thought it was off his leg. The officials say no.
Great looking for a little nickel dimer on the side there.
I thought that went off McElharney.
It did, but a little slap from the rear too.
10 seconds to shoot.
Kick back.
Oh,
how about
Jackson
this?
Found a hole.
The big lift and the big fella opened up the lane. Jennings nowhere to be seen.
He's like a running back. He thought he was going to throw that ball back after the flat screen, but got all the way to the rim.
Williams too strong with the bank. And he went in and tried to slap it away from Herringody. So here's Notre Dame again. A 3-pointer to tie. That's a double-double for Herringody with his 10th rebound. McElharney the layup.
A raining kiss delivery. Moore in Staten Island. He's got the Brad Pitt look and the attractive release around the rim.
This is a play that Notre Dame runs called flat. It's a little flat screen that's parallel to the backboard right here. And a nice hesitation move, and looked like he lost the ball, but then got all the way to the rim. Earl Clark needed to come in there a little bit stronger defensively.
And Jay, how about the combo of the two? Look at this one. High off the forehead. A little smooch from heaven. He's done 2 of those to loosen it up. He had trouble getting free. Mike's now running screens for him.
A big difference you mentioned earlier, Jay. McElharney struggled here last year. He was 3 for 14 in this building last year. 1 out of 8 from 3. Much different story tonight. 5 out of 6 from beyond the arc. Notre Dame with 9 3-pointers tonight. 9 out of 14. They've done it from outside. Louisville most of its damage inside. And it's a 1-point game. Just another night in the Big East.
Sosa on the floor, play within himself, a little screen and a shape up. Look at Herringody's footwork, Sean.
He has really improved his footwork. Toned up the body over the years. The banker goes for Edgar Sosa. 6 for Edgar.
They have to have him playing well to be the team that they can be as we head down the stretch in this season.
Herringody for the moment one-on-one with the freshman Samuels, who forced him away from the bucket. But that's not a problem for Herringody.
Oh, elementary post up 101. Sticking it to him.
24 points for Herringody, 10 rebounds. His 8th double-double in the last 9. And then he committed a foul. He didn't agree with the call. He did prevent the dunk from Samuels. But it's a concern now for Mike Bray. 3 fouls on Herringody.
Not doing his homework early, getting pinned, and a terrific entry to the proper hand. Little sellout here leads to the goal. Not good D, but a big fella.
Your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer wants you to know when it comes to efficient performance, facts are facts. The 361 horsepower V8 G8 GT beats BMW 550i 0 to 60 and still offers better highway fuel economy. G6 offers 33 highway MPG and beats Toyota Camry LE. Or qualified buyers get 4.9% APR financing for 60 months on a 2009 Pontiac G8 sedan V6.
Plus, get the best coverage in America. See your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
A great moment, but Frank wasn't in the picture. He was in the men's room going again. Another moment, but Bob really needed to go. These male urinary symptoms could be due to BPH, also called an enlarged prostate. But for many guys, prescription Flomax reduces their urinary symptoms due to BPH in 1 week. Only your doctor can tell if you have BPH, not a more serious condition like prostate cancer. Avoid driving or hazardous tests for 12 hours after your first dose or increase in dose, as a sudden drop in blood pressure may occur, rarely resulting in fainting. If considering cataract surgery, tell your eye surgeon you've taken Flomax. Common side effects are runny nose, dizziness, and decrease in semen. Get the picture? Ask your doctor if Flomax is right for you. For many men, Flomax can make a difference in 1 week.
It's an all-out flavor blitz with KFC Honey Barbecue Wings. We take our famous sauceless hot wings that are marinated in peppers and coated in seasoning, then glaze them in honey barbecue for 3 layers of flavor. Get 7 for $3.99 or grab a bucket of 20. Add a 32-ounce drink for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 44.
And welcome back to the start of the first big Monday of the year. Sean McDonough, Jay Billis, Bill Raftery here for the Good Big East ballgame in Louisville. Will be followed tonight by Texas and Oklahoma from Norman. Let's check in with Ron Franklin and Fran Fischilla, who'll have the ballgame. And Franny, 2 of the best offensive players in the country, Abrams and Griffin, and defensive problems as they try to match up.
Yeah, Abrams has got to get out of this shooting slump, Sean, no doubt about it. And then Blake Griffin, boy, he is a load. It's going to be interesting to see if Texas will double team him, but they got a lot of big bodies.
One of the things you don't have to do, guys, there are no win-one for the Gippers in the locker room before this one. The Red River rivalry is always great, whether it's here in Norman or down in Austin. We expect the same thing tonight. Let's go back to you.
All right, guys, doesn't matter there if it's football or basketball. I know you think Blake Griffin's the best player in the country.
I think he's proven that. I mean, double-double just about every game. He's grabbing 16, 17, 18 rebounds. I don't think there's any one player in America that can guard him one-on-one.
And Fran talking about defense. You've seen his teams. All they did was hit up and down.
Oh,
just teasing Fran.
Fran, he'll have his turn for rebuttal when we're here together Saturday.
That's right. Looking forward to seeing him too.
Yeah, we have Pittsburgh at Louisville Saturday night. Frank Schill will join Bill Raftery and me as Jay's home counting his money.
Nice play. This kid is active, as you said, Jay. Sam, there's a certain toughness about him. And look at the matchup. Speaking of tough.
Yeah, Jackson's got one arm around Samuel's leg. They let him hold him for a while like that. And finally, Carl Hess calls the foul on Jackson. First foul on Torrey Jackson.
And he knew, too, that he only had the one. But how about that presentation? Those are fast break igniters, and then take advantage of size. A lot of teams don't read that.
Earl Clark wants his own shot. Herringody got a hand in. And now Jackson with a chance to tie it. And he does with the layup. It's 67 apiece, under 7.5 to go.
Boy, what a nice play by Zach Hillsland to
just
tip that ball out.
You didn't see that. That was interesting.
Williams got his own miss, and then falling down, missed the shot. Do you think on that possession, Clark seemed determined he was going to take a shot, and that time Williams seemed determined?
Yes.
I'll tell you that he wanted that rebound more than anybody.
Athletic rebound.
Jackson back for Herringody. He knew it. He had started toward the other end as that ball was in midair.
Anytime there's a drive, Notre Dame does a really good job of filling in behind so that they can throw back. And that's exactly what Herringody did on that baseline drive. He filled right behind the passer.
Luke Herringody now with 26 points, and he's coming in off back-to-back 30-point games last week. 31 against Georgetown, 30 Saturday against Seton Hall. I asked you the question. You talk about Blake Griffin. Of course, Hansborough's not bad either, but what about Luke Herringody if you had to pick the National Player of the Year right now?
I think he'd be right there in the discussion. And I'll tell you who else I'd put in there. I'd put James Harden of Arizona State in there as well. I think he deserves to be right in that mix.
You know what I love about this kid? He softens you up early around the basket, and then he gets confidence and drifts. And as Jay said, any penetration, he makes himself available because bigs don't want to cover him that far.
I talked to an NBA scout this morning who said, in his opinion, Herringody as a pro prospect has moved past Tyler Hansbrough.
I think he was ahead of him before now. I mean, as a pro prospect. Although, you know, Hansbrough handed it to him in Maui head-to-head.
Yeah, and that's not to say that Tyler won't be a good pro either. You know, he's going to go to a team that he's going to learn to be patient and get better.
Samuels surrounded, got a shot up, got his own rebound, and it spun off. And Herringody was fouled. Knowles went over the back. But Samuels was there too. They might have given it to Samuels.
And the one thing about Herringody, he tips to himself beautifully. If he can't elevate, he's got such great strength. He can ward it out. Look at this effort, Jay. I mean, he is rooting the guy, and he hangs in tough and gets after it.
Well, that's a play that Samardo Samuels later on this year and next year will finish. Right now, he's not really making strong moves when he's got contact inside.
And he's gone to the bench with 4 fouls, 5-second violation. Good defense by McGee. An outstanding defender as he was up on Jackson. Mike Bray says, hey, that's my fault.
And off the ball, Knowles as well with McElharney. Didn't let him receive it. Key in that sequence.
And Jackson must be looking for a call from the bench for what they wanted to run and didn't get it. 2-point lead Notre Dame, under 6 minutes to go. They'll play twice this regular season. The Big East, there are 3 opponents. You play twice. Clark. Rebound McElharney. Herringody sprinting down the court. He wanted that from Torrey Jackson.
That's when he's got great speed to get to this position too. And a nickel dimer over the top.
Boy, what a smart play though, Bill. Herringody didn't have it right away, kicked it back out, and then he reposted. And that's really good post perimeter interaction. After he passed it out to McElharney, he posted up again and gave Jennings the chance to reach over and foul him.
Yeah, he's enjoying his ability at this stage of his career too. He doesn't mind going to these visiting arenas.
First foul on Jennings. Louisville over the limit. Herringody made the front end of the 1-and-1. Here's the question that'll be answered after the season. Will Herringody choose to have a Tyler Hansbrough type career and come back as a senior with a chance to set a lot of records? You would think Austin Carr's scoring record would be out of reach at Notre Dame, but not at the rate at which Herringody's going.
Cut now because he can find you.
Clark.
Tough shot. No backboard, that kind of an angle.
It's the largest lead of the night for Notre Dame and a chance to build on it. Up by 4. They have enough left in the tank. McElharney played 40 Saturday. Herringody and Jackson played 39, and they've gone just about all the way tonight.
A repost there too.
Jackson the scoop. Tipped by Herringody and corralled by Jennings.
Notre Dame sticking with man-to-man. And it's been very effective. They're laying off, trying to help on those back cuts.
And Hillsong's got to stay with Williams. He's the conductor for this team.
Clark guarded by Zeller. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Clark. Fouled on a reach in. Yep. And that's the 3rd on McElharney. And it's the 5th team foul. Notre Dame asks for a timeout.
30-second timeout. Families for Effective Autism Treatment in Louisville present Go Cards Big East Basketball Tournament Raffle.
It's the Big East, part of our Big Monday doubleheader. The Red River rivalry is next from the Big 12 on Big Monday. Texas and Oklahoma, 2 teams in the top 11. 73rd meeting all time. Oklahoma with the edge over the lengthy history, but Texas has won the last 6.
Now we saw Texas, all 3 of us out in Maui. Great schedule, and we love this kid. I love the way he's able to be strong at the rim and still make that jumper. He runs the floor beautifully as well.
Just an incredible athlete with great strength and great skill. And for Texas, A.J. Abrams is every bit the shooter that Kyle McElharney is for Notre Dame. He can find his own shot. He can pull up off the dribble. He has got great range and never changes his demeanor. A great player.
And I want to see Sean at midnight say Red River rivalry.
Well, now the fouls, the whistles are starting to come more frequently. Zeller called for his second. That'll be the 6th team foul on Notre Dame. It'll be bonus time the rest of the way, both ways. Jennings goes out. And Samuels is back in playing with 4 fouls.
Nice screen by the inbounds man.
Nickel-dimer here. And Harangody upset. It's his 4th, but what a great setup.
But they let him play just about all night long, and now here come the whistles, one after another.
That one they could have let go. No question about it.
And they've let that stuff go most of the night.
But, you know, Louisville, to its credit, they've been going inside, even though they weren't making shots. Clark had a couple of opportunities in the post-up.
Samuels, the fadeaway free throw drops, so that is 4 fouls on Harangody. Slow down on the delivery of this free throw, says Rick Pitino.
He also needs to stay on the line. He was backing up before when he released it. If he stays on, goes in. There it is.
A little offense, defense kind of a thing. Saving Samuels.
So Harangody playing with 4 fouls. Samuels goes back out. Walter McCarty, former NBA player, Kentucky star, now on the Kentucky staff. Great mentor to the young Samuels, both on and off the court. What a man Walter McCarty is.
Great guy. Terrific player. Becoming a terrific coach and an outstanding singer as well, I might add.
Millsland try to give Jackson a screen. Harangody 10 to shoot. Jackson the tough layup. Batted around. It's McGee. 2 to tie. 3 for the lead for Louisville. Williams wants the lead. Clark the rebound. Then Jackson jumped in there.
I thought that was a jump ball there. Got the foul, Sean.
It's going against Notre Dame. Timeout, 3:40 to go.
This audience thinks they're on a cooking show, but actually they're in a Pizza Hut commercial.
All pizzas are pretty much the same, right? Wrong. I'm going to show you a totally new way to do pizza with all natural pepperoni, all natural sauce.
It's ridiculous. I love it.
That's delicious. The pizza that you just had is from Pizza Hut.
Probably one of the best pizzas I've ever tasted.
I'm just astounded.
Announcing the taste of all natural ingredients on every Pizza Hut pizza. Try a medium hand toss, now specially priced at $9.99.
Choose real taste.
Pizza Hut. Now you're eating.
They said it couldn't be done. They were wrong. The Sierra from GMC. V8 power and performance, along with exceptional fuel economy. The Sierra from GMC. Engineering that happens when you never say never.
Qualified buyers get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2009 GMC Sierra. See your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
ESPN Wednesday Night Hoops. First at 7 Eastern, Kyle Singler leads number 2 Duke against ACC rival Georgia Tech. Then at 9, your NBA destination brings you a Western Conference Finals rematch. Kobe and the league-leading Lakers charge into San Antonio to take on Duncan. Parker.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. And in part by Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA. And Prescription Flomax.
At the top of the hour, we'll take you out to see Blake Griffin. 13 double-doubles this season. Nobody has more. He leads the nation in rebounding. Texas and Oklahoma for our nightcap, and I know you guys enjoy a nice nightcap.
Indeed, we will enjoy watching that one, Reese. Notre Dame fighting history here tonight. They haven't defeated Louisville here at Freedom Hall since 1958. And they are 1-7 all time against Louisville in this building. They have a win here more recently than that. They beat Kentucky in here in 1980, but since then they've lost 8 games in this building, either to Louisville or others.
Digger will turn that into a discussion about UCLA somehow.
Here's Clark at the line, missed the front of the 1-and-1. The last foul was on Jackson. Now Jackson in the scrum, held ball. It'll go back to Louisville.
They are amazing how they can get involved in long rebounds, anything on the floor. Louisville just pursues it so well. Their individual drills dictate it. They chart it. and they're good at it.
Now you wonder, going down the stretch the last 3.5 minutes of this game, whether Louisville's pressure throughout the course of this game has gotten into the legs of guys like Kyle McIlharney and Luke Herringody and Torrey Jackson. Are they going to have the legs to finish this on the road?
They're going right at Luke. Give him a cushion.
Samuels guarded by Herringody, both with 4 fouls. Herringody had to let him spin and score, and it's a tie game, 3:20 to go.
Timeout caused by great pressure by the two guys that ignite the full court effort.
Somebody's got to dive down there and dig after that ball. They just can't let Samardo Samuels go to work on their big guy when he's got 4 fouls. He's helpless in there with those 4 fouls. They've got to dig down and take it, whether it's Hillsland, McIlharney, Torrey Jackson. Somebody needed to get in there and dig down on that ball.
I would rather give Louisville the outside shot.
Exactly.
They're not a great three-point shooting team. Break down and get involved.
And that's probably an adjustment they're going to be making right now. Hey, there's the 86 banner. I hung that banner in here.
Yes, you did.
Everybody welcomes you here.
It's unbelievable.
So you're one of their favorites.
Pittsburgh, #1 in the country for the 2nd week in a row. Only Pittsburgh, Clemson, and Wake Forest now undefeated. In Division I basketball, the Big East, one fewer team in the top 25 than last week with 8. They lost West Virginia out of the top 25. They fell out.
You know, Jay, it's interesting. I think I would let Herringody bring it up. It's straight man-to-man. Let him bring it up and rest the guards, then give it to him. Jennings isn't going to come play him.
Herringody guarded by Jennings. Tough shot. Tipped around. Controlled by Williams. 3 minutes to go. Tie game.
Well, Williams has been an absolute man.
He has a double-double now. That's his 10th rebound. 22 and 10.
Got to be close to that in assists, too.
McGee unlucky as his 3 popped out. Herringody the board.
Now why shoot that? You're going at Luke. He's got Clark that he's guarding that particular trip. Let him touch it.
McGee ripped it away, then Jackson got it back. Jackson wanted a timeout, but they have the held ball, and it'll be Notre Dame's ball.
McGee does a great job of getting up under the ball handler. Keeps his shoulders lower and reassumes that pressure. After he got the little push off, he reassumed the pressure. That's a really good defender on the ball.
And to answer you, they looked a little fatigued there. Or didn't protect it.
Patino uses the word great to describe McGee's defensive skills.
Preston Knowles is doing a great job on McIlharney. He is all over number 23.
He didn't touch it the last couple of trips because of that.
Shot clock 5. Herringody. Very tough fadeaway, and it falls off to Williams. Still tied at 71 with 2 minutes to go.
Jennings back in. That's the matchup for Herringody.
Jennings not an offensive player right now.
Even if he just shapes up and they get an entry, we've seen that before.
Williams lost it as he tried to drive on Hill's land. Jackson lost it to Knowles after the spin.
And there's the backflow pressure coming to try to back tip it from behind, and Jackson cannot spin against that pressure.
They read it so well, whether it's the lines or the ability of the ball handler.
They really pursue that ball from behind and look to tip it away. That's really good defense in the full court by Louisville.
Tied at 71 apiece, and it's been that way since 3:19 remains, so neither team has scored in nearly 2 minutes.
Now this is a very tough shot, fading away. We've seen him make them, but he had to stretch back, and unfortunately for ND not going, and there's your guy, another notch in the belt by Williams.
Well, that's where Herringody needs to kick it out to an open shooter, or at least somebody that can shot fake and drive. When he's got double coverage, somebody's open. That's too tough of a shot in that situation.
Now, they've done a lot of letting him guard alone as we check out, trying to come up with it. You know, I think maybe something with the two, McIlharney and Herringody. They did that earlier on a side screen and roll.
Well, I think Louisville's got to go inside to Samuels now. He's going to be back in the ball game, get it to him, and let him go to work.
Absolutely.
Louisville just used its last timeout. Notre Dame has only one. Both teams are in the bonus. The arrow for Louisville. It's their ball. 1:33 to go. Boy, it's kind of a tough situation Herringone finds himself in when with 28 and 13 tonight. That's below average lately.
Kid's laying down on the job.
If he gets 2 more points, he'll be the first Notre Dame player to score 30 points or more in 3 straight games since Adrian Dantley did it in 6 games in a row.
Is that shocking?
In 1976, Adrian Dantley, the Hall of Famer.
Digger was sick for half of those games, I think.
It pales in comparison to Austin Cart, Notre Dame, who played in 74 games in his Notre Dame career over 3 years and averaged 34.6 for his career.
And they switched his Zeller on him. Good move by Mike Bray.
So go to Earl Clark. Let him go to work.
Exactly. Now you can beat him with the dribble.
And that's what Clark is trying to do. Then he passed out to McGee, and Zeller a big rebound. No big men underneath there for Louisville. Only Knowles trying to hit the offensive glass. More than 2 minutes since either team has scored as the clock ticks down to 1 minute remaining in another classic in the Big East. Zeller for 3, way short.
Hold the string on it.
That wasn't the shot.
No.
They can go 2 for 1 here if they can get up something quickly.
Knowles to Williams with Clark, Jennings, and McGee for Louisville. Clark driving on Herringone, who backed off. Clark tipped it, and Hillsland almost threw it too hard to Jackson. Notre Dame can take the final shot.
Need a timeout to get set.
So neither team has a timeout remaining. And Rick Pitino said, I wonder about my team's mental and physical fatigue with all of the buzzer beaters lately. Sosa's 3 gave them the dramatic win over Kentucky when he hit from about 25 feet. Then after a midweek win against South Florida, they went to Villanova, and the Wildcats had 3 great chances. And that came on the heels of 2 missed free throws by Villanova with 5 seconds to go. And Jay Wright walked off with a very hard defeat. He would deal with it better than most coaches we know, talking to him after the game. But you wonder about bounce back ability. And in this league, these coaches are going to have to deal with that time and time again because there's so many good teams. Every night is going to be like this.
Well, and that's what the difficulty is when you're tired to have to go through these situations. I mean, you got 24 seconds left. Notre Dame has the ball with the chance to win it at the end. And Ryan Ayers back into the ball game. They're going to be able to spread the floor. Maybe they bring up Luke Herringone, set that little flat screen.
And he pops back out.
Yeah, he can pop back out. Then he's in the middle of the floor. There are a lot of different things that they can do, but the floor spread with shooters on the perimeter with McElharney and Ayers is the key.
The interesting thing, too, is you got the option of putting McElharney and Herringone on the same side. They had run it earlier. It was very effective. McElharney will be forced to give it up, so he's going to have to get free when they pin him down.
First thing is getting the ball inbounds.
With no timeouts, Ayers, Herringone, McElharney, Jackson, and Hillsland, a veteran cast. They've been in a lot of big situations the last few years for Notre Dame. And a great Louisville defensive team on the court.
Big thing, offensive rebound if you're ND.
Here comes the flat screen.
Under 10 to go.
They ought to trap it.
And Jennings leaves his guy.
Jackson in traffic, lost the handle, threw it into the backcourt, and backcourt, no basket, backcourt violation as the ball was touched by Notre Dame. The crowd thinks Williams has put them ahead on the dunk, but it was a backcourt violation against Notre Dame. I would wonder if they'll look at the clock to see if they should put more time on here for Louisville. You wonder if the timer heard the whistle.
And there's no, oh my goodness, that was awfully close. Herringone got a piece, Jim Burr said. But the interesting thing, the play worked, but Jackson was pressured so much he couldn't turn and get it to Luke Herringone.
Jim Burr judged Herringone the first to touch it. Crowd didn't like the call. Now 0.6 to go. They did not check a monitor. They feel comfortable that 6/10 is the right time remaining.
They're going to look now, though, Sal.
Yeah. Well, the timer doesn't stop the clock there. It's stopped by the officials with that precision timing system.
That's right.
But one of the things that's of interest now, if it stays at 0.6, and I think it will, that's enough time for a catch and shoot.
Correct. You don't have to tip it as if it were 4 or less.
Well, they're still going to look at the monitor, and I do wonder if it is about the timing issue.
I think one would be.
Might be one.
Yeah, I thought there was more time when the whistle blew. And this could make a huge difference.
You know, the philosophy exposed itself right there in a beautiful way. The pressure of Louisville to get Jackson so intent at getting to the rim, they never saw the kick-out opportunity. Well-designed play.
They added 2/10, 0.8 now. After a review of the monitor.
This is a dribble shoot situation.
Well, the most important man right now is Zeller.
Now
like Zeller has got to be all over that ball and keep it from coming in cleanly.
And you got Will Scott on the floor, who's known for his shooting ability. Pin and get him to the corner.
Williams gets it in. Will Scott, a three-point air ball from the corner.
Boy, Will Scott got the look. Well-designed play.
And they will head to overtime. Wondered about fatigue all night long. It has to be a factor right now on both sides. Tough act to follow department tonight on Big Monday. First Big Monday of the year presented by Bud Light. Setting the tone for what's to come. 5 minutes, first overtime game of the season for either of these teams. Both were worried about physical and mental fatigue coming in. Both played on Saturday, a noon game. Notre Dame was home. And Louisville was at Villanova.
Advantage when you think of the Louisville with the 4-guard system and pressuring and making it tough on the ball handling guards of Notre Dame. Two great plays at the end of they got a great shot for Will Scott in the corner. And of course Notre Dame with that little play, they had it set up on the drag to the hoop.
And even after the turnover, the hustle of Herringody to get to that ball before Williams could take it the other way.
Big would have ended the game. So you want to be a coach, huh?
Samuels will jump for Louisville, playing with 4 fouls with Knowles, Clark, McGee, and Williams. Herringody out there with 4 fouls for Notre Dame. Looks like Hillsland will jump with McElharney, Ayers, and Jackson. And overtime is underway. Samardo Samuels won the tip.
Well, they go right inside. Well, Clark's got the matchup with Herringody, so he's going to do it off the dribble, although he's got post-up ability.
Well, Hillsland's got Samuels. They need to go to him. Samuels can lock him down.
Samuels working on Hillsland. They listen to Jay Billis.
Hillsland's got to be a little tougher in getting him away from the block.
Well, he's got to use his quickness, get around in front. They might be better off even fronting him in the post and make him throw over the top.
Hillsland, how about that drive? And with the left hand, Zach Hillsland scores, and now McElharney is on the court.
Well, it looks like he turned it too. Oof.
This is the 4th straight game that he has played all 40 minutes for Notre Dame, and he's gone beyond the 40 now with overtime tonight, grabbing at his left shin.
Now, this is one tough kid. He's a bounce back attitude guy, a gamer. Oh, looks like he's got caught up in his own guy. Herringody going by. Yeah.
Looks like an ankle, right?
It did, and then it looks more now like Sean said. Maybe he just got kicked in that shin area.
Yeah, maybe the good news is he walked off. He didn't look to be in considerable pain. That's the only way you're going to get him on the bench.
Oh, here's something.
And Zeller has come off the bench for Notre Dame.
Mike, 2-3 zone.
Mike making that move simply because they're not able to stop the post-up people.
They've got to get it to Clark in the middle. That's where the play is going to be made.
And watch the rebounding, too. You don't check out.
McElharney has gone to the table to check back in. Clark. That's a 3. 13 for Clark. He's been quiet for quite a while.
By Notre Dame right now. Go to the basket. Maybe we'll get a foul. That way McElharney gets back in.
Jackson threw it away. Mike Bray thought it was deflected out. He was pleading with Jim Byrd to overrule the call, and now he is screaming at Bob Donato.
You know, I'm not so sure because the ball looked to me to change direction. Let's see. Yeah, see that outside hand? Yeah, I thought so.
And it was right in front of Mike Bray. He had the best look at it. You don't see Mike react like that very often.
Well, there were some teeth rattled on that screen by Samardo Samuels. They're just setting back picks, and Notre Dame's having to switch.
Herringody with the 4 fouls still blocked the shot from Clark. 15 to shoot for Louisville. Samuels grabbed by McElharney.
Boy, they took great advantage of the mismatch. Because of the screening.
They were switching off the back picks. That put McElharney on Samuels. He had no shot, and he was lucky this wasn't intentional. He just grabs him here, and that easily could have been an intentional foul and probably should have been.
Great set and read, and then use the power.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's gassed.
Yep.
They are absolutely gassed.
That foul looked like it.
He was at a terrible disadvantage. There's nothing he can do, and Samuel's using that dirty air to pin him deeper.
4 fouls now on McElharney. And the shot caroms in. Louisville just 5 out of 10 from the line. 18 for Samuels, who's lasted a long time with his 4 fouls.
And that's attributable to what Rick Pitino's done. He's yo-yoed Jennings and Samuels in and out, just protecting him.
Does Notre Dame have anything left in the tank? Hillsland badgered by Williams, and now McGee right up on Jackson.
Everything's difficult.
Well, I was just going to say, they can't even get vision on Herringone.
They find him. He backs in, and Jennings slots it. Risk it in the corner by Williams.
Notre Dame's got to go back man now. And you can expect more back picks and putting him in a situation to switch or give up a layup.
Williams, tough shot. 24 for Williams, 1 shy of his career high. Timeout, Notre Dame down by 8 with 2:42 to go in overtime.
Just a couple of minutes away from tip-off of our second big Monday game. Jeff Capel, Rick Barnes, Oklahoma and Texas getting set to square off in Norman. Last of the Big 12 in football, maybe in basketball this year too, guys.
Indeed. Ron Franklin, Fran Fischella standing by for that. We know they are enjoying watching the end of this great action from the Big East. Louisville up by 8 with a spurt in overtime.
And one of the key things I think is St. John's early in the year did the same thing. Everybody stays at home, they stretch, and now it's individual play, and Herringone at a disadvantage. You feel he got bumped a little bit, but just great execution by Jennings defensively. And how about this?
Terrence Williams has been the best player on the floor. All around, he's done it in every single category.
Well, you wonder about evidence of fatigue. Notre Dame has 1 field goal in the last 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, they haven't been able to see the basket. The pressure on the ball has been tremendous. It's taken away a lot of vision.
Yeah, boy, they are just settling now. That's that repost and not acknowledged.
Ayers missed the 3. Mike Bray might look back at that sequence at the end of regulation. They had their shot with the ball in a tie game, and the last shot of regulation didn't get a good opportunity.
Well, the switch, McElharney now on Williams.
And Louisville content to run clock. 8-point lead, 2 minutes to go in overtime. And McGee is bumped by Jackson.
Denny Crum used to automatic switch everything, and Notre Dame getting caught in some situations that are very tough when they do it.
Well, Crum had guys that were all the same size.
That's true. 6'5", 6'6". How tall was Ellison?
Well, he played 7'3".
Too tall.
That was impossible to stop.
First free throw of the night for McGee. Well, apparently Purvis Ellison was impossible to stop too. You know, when you're in this building, you see that 86 banner, Louisville's national championship, 72-69 over Duke. I got the box score for that game. Ellison 25 and 11, Billis 4 points, 3 rebounds.
How many did you score when you played in the championship game?
A lot of screening. Quick hitters you need. Peace. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Well, Clark's going to take it. Meanwhile, they're just about ready to get underway in Norman. And Louisville is about to put this one away. Earl Clark, the bucket. The lead is 12.
Well, the Pitino philosophy exhibited itself with the pressure, relentless in nature, and just psychologically an extraordinary impact.
And I think they did wear him down.
That would have brought everybody out of the seat.
defense over the course of the first 40 minutes of this game, I think, really did wear Notre Dame down.
Notre Dame still can't buy a bucket. And it looks like Herringode, who seemed to cinch to get 30 points for the third game in a row, is going to end with 28. Unless he can score in the final minute.
He's tired too. McElharney tired. Look at this matchup.
With all the battles in the Big East, it's going to be tough night after night to play 7 men, as Notre Dame is trying to do, and not many minutes from the 2 bench guys.
That's why they need Peoples to get better. Others to contribute too, Nash.
Jackson, they need a quickie. They don't get it. Williams, another rebound. His 15th, 16th to go with 24 points.
Tough loss. Great victory.
Louisville will remain undefeated in Big East play. Go to 3-0 with #1 in the country, Pittsburgh, coming in here on Saturday night. And you know the folks here in the Ville will be pumped up for that one. Herringode is just fouled out. As always, he battled valiantly tonight. And he departs with 28 points and 13 rebounds.
Some ticker, though. Oh.
2 points shy of his 3rd straight 30-point game.
Just gives everything.
Williams, 24 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists. I want to know how John Paquette and the people in the Big East office are going to pick the player of the week every week.
It's impossible. They ought to pick more than one. It's impossible.
Player of the day is what they should go.
I mean, there's so many great performances in this league every week. Williams goes out. Deafening ovation from these great fans here in Louisville. 10 points for McGee.
Number 14, Kyle Curran checks into the guards, replacing number 33.
Only 2 points in overtime for Notre Dame. McElharney goes out.
And number 22, George Green, replacing number 23.
Pitino getting some of his bench people in, but more than anything, giving the fans a chance to salute some of the great performances by his players tonight. Rick really likes this team. You can understand why. Ayers. The final score in overtime, Louisville 87, Notre Dame 73. Coming up next on ESPN, Texas and Oklahoma's Big Monday presented by Bud Light continues. And for a wrap-up of this game, catch us over on ESPN News in just a couple of minutes. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night from Louisville. Let's send you out to Norman.